out your hand to me, child, if you want to be saved. Just put $1 in the bucket every day after day and watch your problems, anxiety, struggle, spirit away. And at the end of the road, I know a place. You poor thing, I'm sure they'll let you walk right in the gate.
Today, it's Madden NFL football. It's Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, a steady rain has been falling here, but it has not dampened the spirits of the hardy folks at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland, Ohio. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the first drive for the Ravens, and at the helm is the 2023 NFL Most Valuable Player. Second such time he's won the award, Lamar Jackson.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Jackson, first play, going to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now they're in the hurry up. Jackson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 3rd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. A 1st down carry for Henry. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. Here's Jackson to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Play action. Now Jackson. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They run it again with Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Baltimore defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Here's Watson. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And he's going to be tackled inside his 10-yard line. And they hear a few words from his head coach on that decision. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. They go play action with Jackson. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Jackson now. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. In motion left, Bateman. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Shrugs him off.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
I can assure you, setting up the screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
He completes it to Henry. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run. It's Henry. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 7 yards there and a 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. Now it's Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Watson on 1st down. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On 1st and 10, Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 9. Now Watson. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Watson now to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
The goal was to score just before the break, but I'm not sure that a safety was how they expected to do it. But give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
To throw on second is Watson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for them, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
They run again on first down, Chubb. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Watson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a 5-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
And they're going to speed things up here. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Play action. It's Jackson. Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Jackson, options out left. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And again, it's Chubb. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns have got it back to within a score. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will get him one closer. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On third down, Henry. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Shakes off the sag, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And quickly they get to the line. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Fighting his way through contact. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call. In that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, Cooper with a nice grab. There he goes, Amari Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 62 yards. And the Browns use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And the Ravens taking the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Draw play. This is Henry. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it again with Henry. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. To throw is Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Here's 1st and goal. Now Jackson. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the...
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Tucker now to kick it away. Following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now it's Watson and the Browns. Down 21-17. 56 seconds to go. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Watson. Quick throw there is incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Now Watson. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Watson to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Watson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's third down. No timeouts remain. 8 seconds on the clock. To throw, Watson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 23. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. One last throw here for Watson. This ball intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.